Hey guys, today I'm creating a video to show you the class that I like to use when I am just playing with randoms in the classic zombies mode. If I just go to the find match and just play with randoms. Usually I use this one on Voyage of Despair, the Chaos Story. So I'm going to just show you the class that I use. I think it's best for carrying randoms. And before I start, I just want to say my philosophy sort of behind this is that you kind of have to assume that randoms are going to be bad. So you have to sort of design your class around playing with worse off players. And that's going to affect some of the choices you make. You know, if you're playing with better players, maybe you wouldn't have to use all the same things that I'm going to use. But this is for playing with randoms. So just keep in mind, if you're with a team, it's probably better to use different things perhaps. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the elixirs. The first elixir I like to use anywhere but here. I think this elixir is just amazing all around. It's the perfect elixir to get you out of a possible getting down situation where, you know, if you get trapped in a corner or something anywhere but here, it's just a nice little safety net. In case you get in a bad spot, you can just spam 3. I'm using PC, so for me it's 3. To use that elixir to just get out of any bad situation. Second elixir I like to use is equipment. Obviously refreshes your equipment. So my philosophy with equipment is that I like to conserve ammo as much as I can. So when I'm using my equipment, I'll be using probably Wraithfire, but I'll get to that explanation in a little bit. But it's really good to have equipment so that you could throw down your Wraithfire and then refresh it and throw it down 2 more times. Whenever you have equipment up, it'll save you a lot of ammo, and ammo is great to have. Yeah, so equipment, probably one of the more useful elixirs in the game. Third spot, nowhere but there. When you're playing with randoms, they're very likely going to go down pretty often. So having this nowhere but there, if you can't run to them, next best option is to use this nowhere but there. Just TP to the location and get them up. For the last spot, I actually think the other classic elixirs are pretty bad, but there are a few options. Temporal Gift is pretty good if you want to, like for example, if you have like a double points early in the game and you just want to get up as much points as you can so you can open everything up and get all good weapons and things like that. Temporal Gift can be good, you know, if you, whatever, you get an insta-kill, you get a double points, just pop this first and then grab it and it'll last much longer. So that's helpful. Not super necessary, but it's helpful. I personally like using Burned Out as my last elixir because, I don't know, I think it helps, you know, it helps to prevent getting downed, which is always nice. If you feel pretty confident that you're never going to get down, you don't really need Burned Out. You can go for something else. Arsenal Accelerator, I honestly think it's not that great. I think the cooldown on it is way too long, and it just doesn't help that much, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think this final elixir spot, if you're going to use one of the classics, I'd use Burned Out. Okay, so we got our elixir set up. Perks is what I'll go on to next. And first perk, I always use Quick Revive. It's the first perk you want to buy because, again, your teammates are going to be going down a lot. You're going to have to pick them up, and it just makes that way easier. And obviously, it's an amazing perk. Regenerating health is just all around really, really good. Okay, Quick Revive. Second perk I like to use is Dying Wish. Pretty self-explanatory. It basically saves you from going down 1 time, and then when it comes back up off a refresh, it'll save you again. Just a great perk to have if you ever get in a bad situation or get caught or something. If you have this perk, it's like having a free self-revive. Pretty amazing. Third perk I like to use is Electric Burst, and for this slot, I actually think this one has the most freedom in what you want. I like to use Electric Burst, but I also think it's very good to use Mule Kick, Victorious Tortoise, or Time Slip as well. Especially these two, Time Slip and Victorious Tortoise. If you want to use these two, they're also great perks to use in your third spot, but I just prefer Electric Burst, so I use that. Fourth, the modifier, I always use Stamina Up. Being able to have the unlimited full sprint is going to make it so much easier to revive people that you're playing with, and obviously They're randoms. They're probably going down a lot. You're going to have to run all the way across the map to pick them up. It's really, really nice to have stamina up to do that. Okay, next we'll go with our special weapon. And for the special weapon, when you're carrying randoms, Scepter of Ra is the best one. Because of the ultimate ability when you get to stage 3. Being able to slam it down on the ground and basically instantly revive people is amazing. It's going to make it so much easier to revive players that you're playing with. You know, just run over to the location, slap it down, they get revived, and then you can just run out of there and go back to doing whatever you were doing. Really, really awesome special weapon. I love that effect of being able to insta revive people. Equipment, I always use Wraithfire. My thought behind this is when you're going to revive somebody that's downed, what I love to do with Wraithfire is just run over to them, throw a Wraithfire at my feet, so that way while I'm reviving them, any zombies that come in the area will get killed before they can knock you down, and hopefully you'll have a shield on your back anyway, so that's just an extra layer of protection. Wraithfire, pretty obviously the best equipment in the game, I think. I actually think Acid Bomb's pretty good too, but Wraithfire is just better, in my opinion. Start weapon, I actually think it doesn't matter what you use, because you're obviously not going to be needing it like pretty late into the game. I use the SOG just because, I don't know, I think it's fun to mess around with the SOG. Whatever you want to use though, doesn't really matter. And Talisman, guys, I actually don't use Talismans at all. I think it's kind of stupid how rarely you earn them, so I don't actually use Talismans. So anyways, this is my whole class for carrying randoms and zombies. Anyways, test it out for yourself. If you got any other suggestions, definitely let me know. But yeah, this is my carrying randoms class setup.